Our nation's tragedy felt like my own personal loss. I didn't know a single person who perished, yet I grieved as I knew each and every one of them. I have not felt despair or loss like that since the death of my own father in 1998. I felt like my father had died all over again. I was obligated to be a good teacher, mother, and wife, yet my heart ached every single day for the victims and their families. My father was a retired New Rochelle fireman, and my brother is currently a fireman in the same house my father served. I could not believe or understand how 343 firemen could be lost in one day. I immediately wondered how we could possibly honor these men for their sacrifices. How do you give each man and his family the kind of service or burial they deserve when you can't even recover their bodies? How do we honor those families who sacrifice their sons, husbands, brothers, and fathers for our safety?
At first, the idea of making art or even trying to save art from the wreckage seemed offensive to me. How could people be so concerned with such pettiness? We can't make art when we need to rescue and recover people. How can I make art when I know my brother is at the site collecting body parts in buckets, finding hundreds and hundreds of shoes and no full bodies? I was too angry and too sad to even think about art until I realized that the act of art may be my only sanctuary from this reality.
Suddenly the idea of making art in the wake of September 11th started to make sense to me. I needed to mourn. Everyone needed to mourn. Some of my friends went back to church and others went to funeral masses. I decided I need to make art. I could no longer let this grief fester. I had to acknowledge it and harness the energy before it destroyed me. I didn't want to grieve alone, so I turned to my artist friends and colleagues and asked for their help. I drafted a small letter and approached a select group of artists to participate in a show that responds to September 11th. The show, 11 for 11, hung in the space during the month of June, 5 short months ago. The show was a great success and a comfort for myself and my colleagues.